Hello, welcome back. On RealCopStoriesVideos.com, we have 355 stories. They're all my babies. I love them all. It covers from everything: patrol, narcotics, back stuff, gross stuff, funny stuff, sad stuff. Just unbelievable. Homicides. Kids being abused. I'm choking out their dads. I mean, all that stuff. Okay, enjoy them. They're all my babies. Okay. Now we're going to a new format. You're sending me questions. I'm going to answer them. If you want to ask me a question about police work, obviously, email me at rsbcopstories@gmail.com. We're pushing 40 now. If it's 39 or 40, we're going to be over 40 pretty soon. Okay, so here's the next question.
Do you have another story about conduct unbecoming?
Okay, conduct unbecoming, like I said earlier, if you haven't seen the videos, that covers everything that we officers do that's not illegal. It's just unethical. That our department sets a higher standard because we've passed psychology tests, all this stuff to be a police officer, and we're supposed to be above yelling at your neighbor because the trash can's in your driveway for the 100th time and having F-bombs. You can't. That's kind of stuff they get you for CUBO. Okay. Back in the old days, I'm talking in the 70s and early 80s, guys were getting CUBO for having affairs. They used to call it having an affair with a woman, not your wife. That's how they worded it. Okay. Or having a sexual encounter. It would come out because what happened was women get mad. This is Mars and Venus, and so you break off, and then the girl knows that the cop is married, so she calls the police department. Okay. Okay. Well, they have to do something because again, they have standards. I did this thick book we have about this thing: how to put on your tie, how to tie your shoes. Everything's in here, and that's in there. So so that's what CUBO is. Okay. Stuff you shouldn't be doing. Not illegal, but you can get slapped or reprimanded for doing these things. Okay. That's pretty much what it is. Okay. Here's one of them, and it's what I did. Okay, I've done a bunch. I got in here, some of them is weird. I threatened a guy that would try to kill us. I mean, stuff like that. You shouldn't be doing that, but I did it, so sue me. Anyway, here's another one. Working Vice. Okay, East LA. Again, I said this is one of the other stories which we could have shot a guy. We didn't because we were drunk. Okay, slow night. We're checking bars Friday night, and checking bars is basically all these roads with, I think our division must have had 300 bars. I mean, unbelievable. Okay, maybe more. I don't know. We checked as many as we could. And you start to watch, and sometimes you're supposed to eat. And working Vice is fun. It's exciting. So sometimes like a little kid in the playground, you're out there, you play all through dinner time, or you're playing golf, but you're going to come. Well, you can play 9 more holes, so you continue playing, and you don't eat. So you're all excited. That's what Vice is. It's a constant fun and exciting and gross and everything. So sometimes we don't eat. So we get out there like 4:30, 5 o'clock, and we're hitting our first bar. We're empty. We're not no food. So my partner goes in there for 15 minutes, pops a beer, comes back in the car, take off the next one. My turn. I go in there, drink a beer. 15 minutes, I'm out. Next bar. This goes on for 2 or 3 hours. You're supposed to have 1 beer an hour, but you can't go into a bar and operate and not drink a beer. So you drink like half it or take it. But you can see what's happening here. At about 8:30, feeling pretty good. Okay. And you got no food with you because I'm sure you're all out there. The more you drink, the less you want to eat. Unless it's like, bar stuff like nuts or taquito, burrito, not burritos, but like, chips and stuff. But having really food in your stomach is the more you drink, the less you want to eat. I guess that's the way it is. Anyway, so we're about 9 now, 9:30. We're feeling pretty good. Okay, we're not supposed to be driving the car. We do anyway. Okay, that's another thing. It's conduct unbecoming. You get in an accident, we're going to be at fault, even if the guy hits us. Traffic accident comes back clean. He hit me. However, that book again, they're going to say you were drinking. You're out of here. You're out of Vice. You're going back to watching boats come in at the harbor, or you're watching aircraft land at LAX. Okay, that's what they send you. Okay, for a penance. You don't want those assignments. You want to have good stuff. Okay, so that's what CUBO is. We call it CUBO, conduct unbecoming an officer. Okay, and some of the departments use that term. I know ours uses it all the time. Okay, so partners driving. I'm the passenger. We always put nightsticks in our car, just undercover car, just in case. All right, so we come around a corner, business areas. I think it was a Vaughn's Market and a Smart and Final warehouse and a bunch of other. Okay, we come around the corner. We're just driving around. It's Saturday night, 10 o'clock, 9:30. Corner. We hear the alarm go off at the Smart and Final. Bing, a burglary alarm. We look over, and here's and this is also a strange. I'm not being racial. I'm being factual. A white couple, a guy and a girl, and the kid's 17, the girl's 16. They're climbing out of the window of the Smart and Final. They got stuff under their arms, okay? They jump down from the window. There's a huge air conditioning unit that's sitting outside the building. So it's about 4 or 5 feet up. So they Obviously, they climbed up on the unit because they're doing it reverse. Now they're coming down, and they're trying, and she's on the ground, and he's handing her whatever they have. And we see this. Well, it's burglary in progress right in front of us. Okay, well, you know. And I'm wearing gang clothes. I have a Pendleton, I have khakis, I have sandals with the tire tread, huaraches they used to call them, okay? You know, long hair, bandana, and I'm drunk. Okay, lovely. So we see that, of course, we're cops, so we go, let's go, let's go. So he comes around the corner because, you know, there's no hesitation. We're police officers no matter what we do. Vice, narcotics, we're still cops. Come around the corner. He had just dropped down. They both one of those 1 second stares and they realized that these aren't just, something's wrong here, the crooks. That's how they didn't know we were cops. So we're coming up straight on. They're looking at us. Well, of course, they panic and they go like this. They drop the stuff and they go opposite directions. So my partner's trained, man. He turns the car, my side, towards the male, and I'm already out, okay? Because we work together, and we work together at patrol, and now we're working together in vice. So we pretty much in sync. He makes a turn, I'm out, okay? And I assume correctly that he took off after the girl. And in the meantime, he's putting out a broadcast on the radio. We have those cars they have radios in them, police radios. So got my stick, and I'm running. Okay, now I'm probably 29 years old, maybe. Yeah. Didn't have as big a belly as I got now, but you're working by a few months, you're getting a little funny. I got no food in me. It's just, you know, hops, you know, booze. And so, and he's 17 years old. And of course, he's running like he's in a track meet. Okay, and I'm running like I'm in an old track meet. So he's not getting away, but we're about maybe 15 yards apart. And I'm yelling the whole time, you know, please stop. Okay, that's not going to work, but I do it anyway. Okay, so I'm running. And we're running across the parking lot of the Smart and Final, across the Vaughn's parking lot, and I'm chasing them. Okay, and I'm thinking, oh, I hope my partner got the cavalry coming, you know, and I'm running. So turn the corner and out of the parking lot. Now we're going down a major street, and there's houses all the way down now. So I can see him. I get about 3 or 4 houses down, and he makes a right turn. So I come up to the corner, and again, even though I'm drunk, police tactics say you do not come flying around that corner because if he's waiting with a nightstick or a 2x4 or something, so you come in and you stop carefully, or you go way wide is the 2 options you have, okay? And so what I did is I stopped at the corner and peeked around, then I come around and make sure nobody's setting me up. So as I come around the corner, I hear there's a gate closing in the back gate. I see the gate close, you have a driveway, and I run through it, and obviously it's 10 o'clock at night, so I don't think the owner may or may not be out. It'd be a hell of a coincidence if the owner was out at that time of night. So as soon as the gate closes, I'm running towards it. I'm 235 pounds of Mexicans. Bring my foot up, and I just blast that door, okay? It flies open. I see him climbing on the back wall, trying to get over the wall in the backyard. There he is, right? So I come out with my baton, and I'm yelling. He doesn't listen, so I'm smacking him on the kidneys and on the legs. Boom, boom, you know. Ah! And finally, about the 3rd or 4th hit, he finally lets go. I guess he didn't like what was happening. He falls down. I grab him. He's smaller than me. He's only like 5'9", 140 pounds, whatever. So I grab him as he comes off, and I throw him on the ground, and I'm actually I'm on top of him. It's a sandwich, okay? I'm literally on him. I got his arms. I'm holding his arms out, and I'm just laying on him, and now I am sweating beer, okay? And chips and some peanuts I had earlier. Who knows what I had that evening? It wasn't much. And now I'm doing this, and I could hear sirens. And what happened was my partner put out a help call, which is a high priority call when you have shots fired, officer foot pursuits. So everybody and their mother rolls, okay? They're chasing him. They're looking for me, okay? And we didn't have any radios on our sides either in those days. Get around that came. So I'm literally on this guy, and I am breathing heavily. He's breathing too. But I'm on top of him, and I'm yelling, "You ain't going nowhere!" I was going to choke him out. I thought, no, I got him. I got his arms. He's not going to go anywhere. It's 170 with 230 on top. He's not going to move. I got him completely. I'm on him. Okay, so but usually in another story where a guy robbed a lady and broke her jaw, when I took that guy down, I just choked him out because it was opportunity. I could do it. This one it wasn't. Plus the other time I was sober. Anyway, so I'm on him, holding him down. And I'm thinking, come on, cavalry, come on, and I hear a siren, then what, oh man, the nicest you can see when you need help is that helicopter. You see the spotlight over there, I'm looking, it's coming down the road, because he told me where I was running, so you can see the helicopter coming down the row of houses, about the 4th house. And all of a sudden, the light goes by, then it's on me. He's got me. And I'm just like that, I'm looking up, like I'm nodding my head, and he's really low. I mean, you talk about low, I'm saying maybe 2 telephone pole heights. That's how low he is. I can hear the chopper really loud. And I can hear they put on their PA system, and they're telling the officers, 4 houses down on the west side. They're telling them the other word about the radios. So we have no radios. The guys are running on foot trying to find me. So anyway, this all happens pretty fast. So I'm on him, I see the helicopter, and oh, thank God. And then I hear boots, coming up the driveway. And I go, I'm here. I'm yelling as loud as I can, so I can't look up very well, and I'm down on the ground. I look over, and all I see is military boots and blue uniforms. So it's the cavalry. So he's, get off of him. So I get off of him. Of course, they pick him up by the throat, and they're cuffing him and everything. And I'm like, And my boss, one of my boss, had a really good, well, both are very exceptionally great supervisors. I learned so much from them when I became one. One was a born-again Christian, one was an English teacher, I told you that earlier. The English teacher came out, and he rolled. As soon as he heard that, he knew it was us. And so he's trying to find me, too. So they're bringing him out. I'm up, catch my breath. I'm really out of breath, and booze is coming through me. But we weren't as drunk as the possible shootout. We were pretty much drinking. Okay, we're not supposed to. So I come out, and he says, yeah, your partner's up there, and how are you doing? And I go, and take him off to say, what's the matter? And I go, and he goes, oh my gosh. he goes, okay. He says, wow, this happened like 8 months after the other incident. And he goes, go get something to eat. I said, I didn't eat. Go get a burrito or something. I'll see you at the station. Okay, fine. So I go over and get a burrito. I'm shoving it in. And my partner apparently, I think my supervisor was upset because he just left my partner, who was blowing fumes, took him to go get something to eat. So it's like, but these poor sergeants thinking their careers ended because they got these two guys like us out here, And so anyway, it's at the warehouse. With my partner and his female arrestee who is 16. Units with me. Cops everywhere. So now guys are leaving. We have officers assigned to the burglary, and so vice, and that's our job. We're basically help them. So we give them everything. Give them the bodies. We're witnesses now because that's their function. And detectives will come and do that the next day. Okay, a lot of moving parts here. So, so we get back and vice. Yeah, again, why they're really good supervisors. They don't really chew you out. They just say, could you have done this better? They're more logical to thinking. They're not. I had a couple other supervisors later on that just, if they, that's why I didn't do it later on for a lot of reasons. I shouldn't have done it to begin with, but you have different supervisors that'll respond differently. And other supervisors in the future probably would have wrote paper on me. And if they write paper on you in advice, you're gone. You're out of ice. And so they wanted our careers to go forward because we were young guys and they knew we were sharp, and we were. I'm not bragging, it's the fact. And they wanted our careers to continue the right path. So they just go off to the side and you shouldn't be doing, I know, I'm really sorry. And I made them a promise because after the first time I didn't make a promise, I made a promise. So this time, I'm not doing this again. Only one guy's going to operate, the other one's going to be sober. And this is the way I did it for finish this tour, about 8 months left, and the other tour, 14 or another 20-month tour, I maintain that. You jeopardize your own career, you jeopardize the supervisor's career because he's covering for you, or you ruin your career because you get an a-hole supervisor that's trying to promote, which I had one, and he'll step all over you to go up the ranks, and that happens a lot too, okay? So, so we go to court, a little side note here, a little side rail. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, go to juvenile court, and Superior Court handles juveniles. And I give my testimony, of course defense is all over that, what'd you see? Well, okay, fine, that's no big deal. But he asked me one question that I really didn't have an answer for. Why? Because I was a little bit tipsy. How many times you hit him? Okay, and I really, 40-some years later, I'm not really sure how many times I hit him. I think it was probably maybe 3 or 4, might have been more, I don't know. So I just said 3 or 4 until he came off the wall. Well, it could have been 6. I said, I don't think so. I don't think so. So I'm being honest because I don't know. Like in shootings, most cop shootings, the cops will tell you I fired 6 times. You find out they fired 4 times. I fired 3 times. They fired 5 times. You're not really thinking about counts. You're thinking about the action that you're responding to, and especially in shooting, you stop on a suspect. In this situation, I want to get him off the wall. So you're not really thinking, 1,001, 1,002, 3's over here, 4's over there. It's not that way. It's not like building a house or putting up a 2x4. This is, anyway. So I give my testimony. Well, he had a prior for burglary. Gee, that's a surprise, okay? And so he was convicted, and he got, I don't know, juveniles, they get like a year in juvenile camp or something. I don't really remember what he got, but I'm getting ready to leave. And the judge stands up, and he says, I'd like to see the officer and the district attorney when this is over. And yes, Your Honor. So, of course, leader, I'm thinking, oh, no, something came out here. I want to be, let me back up. And, of course, since the defense said that he has blackout spells because I hit him in the head. Okay, now that's a flat-out lie because we don't hit people in the head. The academy, in your experience, you don't hit people in the head. Arms, elbows especially, you break these, you break the kneecaps. You don't break head. You don't do it. You just not. I'm not saying that cops haven't done it. You don't do it. I never did it. So the attorney's got that book I told you about when they go to law school. It's a make-up shit book. Opens it up and goes, blame me, blame the society, blame his mom, blame his sister, blame his father. How about blaming him? Well, anyway. So So this argument. So I think I thought maybe the judge bought this. That I hit him in the head because he says his client has blackout spells because he was hit in the head. Well, I don't know where he got that from, except maybe doing dope because I never touched a kid up there. Nothing. There's no way. So I'm like, anyway. So I thought that's what I was going to get reprimanded for, which apparently I never did it. So I'm kind of worried about that. The DA goes, well, he's going to. I don't know. So everybody leaves. The judge walks. He's got his roll. They call it, when the judge is done. We usually stand up and they unzip the roll. That means it's over. Officially, it's over. The court reporter gets up and goes someplace else. That's what happened. He opens his robe, walks down next to the clerk, and he goes, looks at the DA, and I'm going, what is this? He goes, Counselor, I want. I'm going, oh man, and when usually they say one of two things. I want an investigation on this officer, or I want an accommodation on this officer. I've been many years, that they can go either way on this. And he goes, I want you to prepare accommodation for his testimony and his honesty and all. And I'm going, whoa. And he goes, okay, Your Honor, okay, thank you. Very good job there. You did a good job. He had a lot of questions there that he was attacking you with. And I said, well, Your Honor, I've told you in my videos, 355 videos on realcopstories.com, and now it's easy to look good when you tell the truth. It's hard to look good when you lie. And we're just in the witness business. A lot of these TV shows say, oh, the officer hasn't did it. We're just witnesses. We tell, because we're not going to decide the case. We tell the witnesses, we tell our story, and then we move on. The juries, you guys decide if he's guilty or not us. So we're not, sure, there's officers that have it in debt. I don't know why. I mean, I do this every day. So I wrote a commendation, and about a week later, it came in, and we're in a little room in there, and the sergeant presented it to me, and he looked at me, and as he gives me one of these stares, my supervisor that night, and he hands me the commendation to sign, and we looked at each other. We had a moment there, like, he looked at me like, you guys got away with this. And I'm thinking the same thing. Wow. Okay, but sometimes, sometimes it happens. But anyway, so that's my story. CUBO, kind of Unbecoming. Should have been drinking that much. And I can honestly say after that incident, which was about 5 or 6 months after the last one, we could have shot a guy, that stopped my antics with drinking. I'm still going to drink, but it's going to be the other guy sober or vice versa. It's not going to be both guys because then you have to make a lot of decisions. A lot of it depends. And the biggest thing, you don't want to make a mistake of hurting the public because you're incapacitated. I hurt myself. Okay, I fall, jump in a gutter, or break my leg because I'm drunk. That's me. But when you start jeopardizing the public, you should not be doing that. And I shouldn't have done that. But it's the way it is. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.